So this is a quick 3-round strikeout match that I recorded earlier today using Dallas. I would prefer to do everything live, but everything's just a little too hectic right now to do so I figured this is better than nothing. I had also planned on my first upload being a shotgun gameplay using chalk, but I felt like this was a little more entertaining, and lengthwise this is substantially shorter, so I felt that was better for my first upload. I also didn't want to commit to a topic so aggressively too, because I mean, with me doing a commentary over it, I obviously want to have some input about what it is I'm going to be talking about, and I don't want it to be entirely gameplay unless that's what people want, like tips or whatever. But yeah, so I felt like that the length of this one's a little better for that. And I will talk about the gameplay a little bit. So if you can't tell by now, this is PC gameplay, mouse and keyboard. And I've been playing mouse and keyboard now for about 3 weeks, somewhere around there. And for that matter, the same amount of time playing this game. So it's definitely been a learning process for sure. I would say barely right about now I'm starting to feel comfortable transitioning from playing on console with a controller, and that's still being a very long time ago too, because up until well 3 weeks ago it would be I was only really playing Smash on the Switch, so it's definitely been hard getting used to all the bindings, figuring out sensitivities and all that. I feel like the biggest challenge has actually been movement, because coming from console, I feel like everyone on a controller, you know, they're aware of the fact that like the ceiling for accuracy is higher when you're on a PC. And I think that's true, and I think that's if you have a background in playing shooters or whatever, that will come. But the hardest thing for me has actually been movement. It's so much more instinctual on a controller with analogs to just have more fluid movement and so forth. But yeah, I would say right about now I'm starting to feel comfortable, like I said. Right there, I'm actually not entirely sure what happened, to be honest, because it looked like my tomahawk was on point, but yeah, it didn't hit. I wasn't sure if the trophy systems or whatever they call them in this game, I think they're active protection systems or something in this game, but I wasn't sure if they block tomahawks and all the throwing melee weapons. Right there, make a horrible decision. I just get melted. Oh, actually, I think, yeah, that's what happened there was I had pressed left shift, that's my binding, for to fix my armor, as you can see in the corner over there, and it actually took me on the zipline. So I'll give myself some more credit there, because I didn't mean to do that. In this game, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I end up going 34 and 35 in terms of downs and eliminations. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's one or the other, 34 and 35 or 35 and 34. But I was thinking about it now, and that means that because this is a 3-round game, that I did get the majority of the kills every round, pretty much, for my team, that is. But at the end of the game, I'll try comparing, because I hadn't thought about it when I recorded it. So I'll try taking a look when I flash the scoreboard later in the game. See how many kills my teammates had. To talk some gameplay, I do feel like the HRM, his assault rifle, is a little underrated. I feel like people tend to gravitate to the repeater when they play as Dallas, and I think that's, it's definitely warranted. But I feel like people really underrate the HRM. I noticed, at least with me, that you'll have a lot more success with it if you're much less sprayy with it. Right here, I think I'd try to go on the flank, and their whole team's coming on it. Yeah. So obviously I'm just going to end up dying here. So you'll see some examples of that more burst fire way of playing with this AR that I was talking about. You'll see. Looking back at it, I'm realizing that I should have used my ensign a lot more frequently than I did. Right here, though, it's just, we've already seen both of them, Chalk and Ambo. I did cut out some of the intermission in my when I was working on that Chalk gameplay that I was talking about. I kept the purchases in, but again, if anyone cares, I could just leave them in for the future, or just talk about what I did, for that matter. But yeah, this is the start of the last round, third round. Committing to a pretty long flank, to be honest. Right here, I'm pretty sure I messed up because I let Chalk come back up. And I probably shouldn't have rolled too, because I could have got that second shot off if I just turned around and looked at him. But that was going off audio cues, so that's also why I just probably panicked at the time. I think it's Dallas. His passive is so nice to have. I feel like so many other rogues, their abilities would be more useful, and they'd automatically get a huge buff if they had a passive like similar to Dallas. Maybe not entirely the same, because I mean, you do want some diversity in there, obviously, but it would be nice for other characters to have something similar. Because it would be useful, his snap alone, but it makes it, his whole kit just goes well together. And I think game design wise, that's just obviously something that you want to focus on for sure.
Buddy, you are so slow.
Working on the Chalk gameplay that I was talking about using the shotgun, I think was a very I think that the subject for that video could easily be talking about balancing abilities and all that, because Chalk, I feel like he needs some work done to his abilities and so forth. So yeah, this is winding down here at the end of the round and end of the game, obviously.
30 seconds to go. Keep it steady.
So right here I do catch him before he uses that self-revive, because he almost pulled it off on me again. Barely squeeze it out right there. I also was forgetting to fix my armor.
Enemies have been eliminated.
But yeah, right here, let's see what the scoreboard is.
And here I thought this was gonna
Going
be
to be 35 and 34.